So for this video, I'll be talking about the new character and her full potential. I'll be talking about the relic and its full potential too. I won't be going through anything else in this patch like skins or anything like that because it's kind of useless information. I will be talking about her and her full potential in many teams, and I'll be saying why she's good, why she's bad, and then the runes, I'll go through all of them, and then the relics, I'll be talking about who's good with the relics and why you want to use the relics in specific teams. Now, this patch is kind of weird because they gave us a Doom relic and they gave a Glorian a relic and a character, but this character is not necessarily good in Glorians. It's more likely good in Avengers and Doom. More sided to Doom because Doom is more based around this kit that she has. Apart from that, yeah, she's not good in like the main team she's meant for. But I guess it's like Halios. Halios is not good in Doom, but it's good in Ethereal. She's pretty much the same thing. She's not actually good in the place that she's set to be going to. She's actually better in places that she's actually not meant to be going to. So like Doom, Avengers, she's good there, but she's not great in her own class, or her own synergy, I should say. Now, the base stats, I like that she's really quick. Again, I've always said in my video, I always like how people are quick. So the fact that she's 126, it's going to give you that 5 flame really quickly. Again, that's good to get your relics off. Her magical and physical defense is okay. They're not that bad. The fact that she's bulky is that she could put on the front line. If you want to put on the front line, she can put your back line. She can really be anywhere. It doesn't really matter. And then the attack and HP. The attack doesn't matter. The attack is literally the worst thing about this, that you would never ever attack with her. And nothing scales of attack. So you won't need to worry about the attack. It's just the HP, defense, and speed. Now her ultimate is just like Clotho. If you don't know who Clotho is, she's the epic healer. The divine one. The one that people don't actually use, but they use it when they're desperate. Yeah, that. She's upgraded version of her. She basically just heals, and then she heals off max HP of every ally in the team, and then she just gives a 120% plus the 5%. This can't scale any higher. This is it only could be this high. The only way you can actually scale it to be higher is if you have the relic, the new one where you can scale people's HP to be higher. That's the only way that you can heal more of this character. Having more attack would not make you heal any better. So it's not like other people. She's kind of different. She heals off HP, and the only way you can increase your HP is by obviously having the breastplate or the chest piece in gear, having rune 2 and having rune 2 and rune 4 at max, and then having duplicates, and then having the what is it called, the relic to have new. I think it's like the shield or whatever. That shield would increase HP. So yeah, that's something basic, something normal. It's not that OP, but it can be annoying. Next one is just, again, like Clotho, it's just another heal. It's literally like the last one I said. The ultimate and the second ability is basically the same. I'm not going to go through both of them. They do the exact same thing. This is a bigger heal. This is just a smaller version. They do the exact same thing. Now, the best part about our kit is the passive and the exclusive runes. Now, the passive one increases her heal rate by 50%. This is actually good because it can allow her to frontline, and it can allow her to play in set teams. Like I said before, she's good in Doom and she's good in Avengers because both of those synergies have healing in their synergy. Avengers is all about healing, so I want you to explain about that, because when you heal, she's going to get increased healing because she has 50% increased healing for herself. But for Doom now, Doom has healing in their kit when they get attacked by, I think, like 30% and 40% chance. When they get hit, they heal, right? With her, if you put her in a Doom team, she'll get healed by getting attacked and then heal way more than everyone else. So again, that's the good part. Is she good at Mystifiers? Mystifiers are terrible anyway. I wouldn't recommend using her in Mystifiers because she'll be really out of place. And when you do use Mystifiers, you want to use 5 Mystifiers. You don't want to use 4. You want to use 5. So she's more likely good in Doom and good in Avengers, but everywhere else she's kind of bad. This is the best part about her kit, the real passive. It's basically like Lamia. Do you know Lamia has Sentry? Sentry allows her to take one damage or any ability or a basic attack or whatever, and then you can take 1 debuff. It's basically like Sentry for Lamia, but it's just the opposite. They called it Blessing. So when she's on the battlefield, she has to be alive. There's a 50% chance that when an ally takes damage from the enemy team, they get something called Blessing, and the Blessing allows you to take 1 damage from any source, and it allows you to take 1 debuff, and then yeah, it disappears. This is really good for Avengers and Doom. I'm going to say why it's good for Avengers and Doom. Doomsday is all about taking damage, and we don't actually really deal damage. Doomsdayers don't actually deal as much damage as everyone else because we're like the weakest class in damage. So being able to avoid dying is the best thing about Doom, and allowing you to go past round 2 and surviving is basically a win for Doom. If this can proc on round 1, you will definitely win round 2, because round 2 is where all the big damages come out. That's where all the big source of like ults get dunked into the front line. If you can get this before round 2, then you will survive pretty much the whole round. This combined with the relic is the reason why it is broken. The relic gives you the same thing, but I've got to go through that after. And again, the reason why I said this is good for Avengers, because they're basically the same thing. They kind of want to die, so it does counteract them having, you know, this buff. But if they do die and come back alive, and then they have this on them, they basically prevent from dying, so they don't actually die fully, if that makes sense. So someone like Svalin, he wants to die and then come back alive, so he gets the buff from Avengers. Then if this works on top of it, he can't die because he just took, I don't know, some source of damage. Then he can also apply damage to survive, so it's pretty good. If you didn't understand what I just said, I'll probably try and make a video, because I'm definitely going to pull her and I'll try to make it make sense. But if you did get what I said, then that's great. I won't be going through this. There's no reason to go through talent. I'll go through the runes. The runes is like really good for her. Okay, the first thing is, it's like Bastet. This allows you to ignore shields, but this procs on all allies. Unlike Bastet, it procs on the highest attack and damage dealer in your team. This one procs on every single ally. It's easy to get, and again, the reason why I said this is good, she's good in Doom and Avengers, because they're most likely to get 30 stacks by round 2. If you don't get it by round 2, it doesn't matter, but it would be nice to have it before round 2, so your ultimates can ignore the shields. This reason why this is good in Doom, because you have your reflect stacks. By the time you get to round 2, you should have 30 to allow you to go through Katarina's shield, to go through Twin's shield. And if you can go through shields, then someone like Doris, who can prevent healing, can stop the healing, and you can stop the shields from from ethereals, and it will allow you to kill them much more easy than losing to sustain. So this is a nice thing added, and we're kind of lacking in ignoring shields in this game. Shields is like the strongest part of PvP in this game, and the fact that we can ignore all damage through them is the best part. So this is actually really good. If you do actually pull this character, I'd recommend getting this. And then a legendary is not that great, but it's still strong. The reason why I say it's not that great, because there's a 50% chance. If it was like 75, then I'll say it's really good. It's still good, but it's not that good, because if you don't actually get this off on the start of the round, then I don't think it's that great. You should get this at round 1. If this is able to proc on like a Adora, for example, then it will be doing crazy damage to their own team. But if this procs on like nothing, then it's kind of a waste. So this is the best part about the whole kit, this one here, because this is like 100%. You would always get this if you get 30 stacks. There's no chance, you just get it. But for this, it's a 50% chance, and if you don't get it, it's kind of a waste of legendary relics or runes or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, she's striker. Striker is really good. Again, the reason why I said this is good for Avengers and Doomsdayers, because we have Doris. Doris is actually needed. You need strikers for her to do a lot of damage, because Doomsday is lacking damage. And then she works with Svalin and Solomon. Where is he? Yeah, they work with these two. Oops. Yeah, they work with those two. So they both have striker in Avengers. So that's what, 3 strikers in one team. So everyone's going to be doing more damage. So if you have a Janna, she'll be doing crazy damage because you have 3 strikers. And in Doom, you have 2 strikers. In the future, we might get another striker, who knows? And then you can run 3 strikers, giving Doom more damage what they don't have. And then Celestial buff. The reason why I said this is good for Doom is because we have Helios. He's obviously, he's garbage. He's just trash. He's terrible, but you know, it can work with one person, so that's good. And I don't think this is good for this isn't good for Avengers. I would say that this is kind of weak for Avengers, because you most likely run the demons over the Celestials. So this part is good for it's good for Doom, and this is both good for both of them. This is just whatever. You could run it. You could run her in Galarian for Naui, but that's pretty much it. If you don't have Naui, then this is just pretty much useless. So yeah, that's her. She's pretty good. I'd say again, like a 7 out of 10. If you're like a Valinator or Ethereal, there's no way you put it in your team. That's just a waste. Now the Relic. The Relic is actually Doom. It's kind of weird that they made it Doom. I was expecting it to be Avengers, but it's Doom. Now this is where she actually becomes even more useful in Doom compared to other classes. So if you're not Doom, I don't think you care for this part. But if you are Doom, then you're going to most likely care because it's more like a Doom relic than anything else. I'm going to talk about the max. I'm not going to talk about the start of this relic because that's just a waste of time. I'm just going to talk about the max potential of this relic. The best part about this kit is the link skill. The link skill works with 2 people that can work in Doom. Like I just said, it works with Lamia and it works with the new character herself. And it works with, what's her name again? Mavia? I don't know who, it's the Avenger, yeah. But again, we know, no, I don't think Avengers going to use her, so we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the Doom side. Now, the reason why this is good in Doom is because you're allowed to give everyone in your team Sanctuary and Blessing. I don't know if they get both of them. Sanctuary and Blessing is basically the same thing, but they have different names. I don't know why, but they do. I think it's because she has Sanctuary and the new character has Blessing. Being able to have Sanctuary activate on Lamia would allow her to proc her ult more. If you can proc your ult more, you can do more damage. The more times you proc your ult, it's the more times your rune gets stronger. I think this, is it this? I don't know 100%. I know that every time Lamia uses her ult, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I do think that's the exclusive runes, I think. Let's check. I think it's this, yeah. The more time you use your ult, it gets stronger. So again, if you can proc Sanctuary more, then obviously you're going to be way stronger, and it gives her survivability. If she can't die, it makes her survive people like Nyx. It'll make her survive people like Victoria, people that can try to kill her. Maybe you can even put her in the front line, who knows. But the fact that she can't be attacked multiple times from the relic and from her passive, it's just annoying. And then she can also get it from this character too. So she has 3 ways of getting Blessing and Sanctuary, from the new character, from the relic, and from her passive. That survivability is just disgusting. Like, honestly, like, she can survive multiple ways of taking no damage. So that's one reason why it's good in Doom. And then for herself, again, she has 2 chances to proc this for herself. She can either proc it from her passive, or she can have a chance and proc it from here. And if she has 2 chances of proccing it, her survivability is going to be even more annoying, and the longer you can survive on Doom, is the worse it gets for the enemy team, because their damage increases over time. I think it's like round 8, their damage increases, but your healing decreases. If an enemy team's damage increases, that will make them take more damage from Doom, because Doom is about how much damage they have. So if their attack is higher, they're going to do more damage to themselves. So again, if you can avoid a lot of turns taking no damage, you'll get to like multiple rounds and then they'll just kill themselves. Like one move would probably do half of the health. So that is quite good. Another reason about this is good for Doomsdayer, I don't think it's good for Galarians at all. The reason why it's good, you have the shield. I've said it multiple times. We have no one that could provide a shield in our synergy. Now we do. It's not a person, but it's something, right? We get a shield for the front line only. It's not for the whole team. It's only for the front line, and it increases our HP so that we can actually survive more. I think the shield's here. Where is it? Yeah. So you get a shield on the first part, the ultimate of this rune or relic. Sorry, you get a shield for only the front line. Like I said, you can put the DPS in the front line like Lamia. She can survive multiple ways, and then on top of that, you're gonna get the Sanctuary just for those 2. These are the only people that can actually get it from their passive, and it will give it to allies. You put these 2 in the front line with this, and they're obviously going to be annoying with the shield, with the Blessing and Sanctuary, and on top of that, their HP increases. And like I said before, when your HP increases, what happens? If you go to her kit, she increases heals based off their HP. It's only 5%, but it doesn't matter. But if you do have 5% more of whatever HP increased, then you're going to have like a lot of healing. And then you can also put on these relics on your Doomsdayers. These there's obviously different names, right? But this is just an example. Every time your heal rate is increased by 30, 60, 50, whatever percent, the lower ones are going to have a lower percent. If you have gold, I think it's like 30%. I'm not sure. But if you put those on your Doomsdayer with this whole kit, you're going to be surviving multiple rounds. So yeah, like I said, increases your HP for everyone in your team. It gives you a shield for the front line, and then it gives you the chance to proc Sanctuary or Blessing. So again, the sustain is really crazy. How often does it proc? I think it's 100 or 80. Or was it 80 at 3? Where is it? Sorry. Yeah, so if you have this at 3 star, or level 3, whatever you want to call it, this relic would prop at 80% or 80 flame. But overall, it's actually 100. If you have the normal one, it's 100. If you rank it up, you're going to get 80%. And then the HP increases from 25 to 100. The shield increases from 86 to 113 of the power, or whatever this is called, the power, the HP, whatever. And then this is also automatically lower because it's the weaker one. It increases the more you get. So yeah, I advise people to get this if you're a Doomsdayer. It replaces the blade, the shuriken. I don't know what it is. It's the shuriken, right? If you get that, you put this over the shuriken, and then you'll be surviving as Doomsdayer for once. And then, like I just said, I'm gonna go back and mention what I was talking about before. If you go to, it's not these. What is it called? I'll find it for you so you know what I'm talking about. I'll just take one off for this video. Where is it? Don't I have one? Hello? Surely I have one. Yeah, here it is. If you run these, what I just said before, if you run these with the new healer, you're going to be actually surviving so much. I'm not talking about the last one here. Forget about that. That's complete garbage. We're talking about the top one. If you can increase your heal rate by 45, and then you have the reflect on, that's going to be obviously godly. But if you can get 2 reflect and 2 heals, your team for Doom is going to be crazy. You're going to be healing from this, because obviously you're going to have four Dooms. Healing from this, healing from your other characters, healing from the relics, healing from scales, and then your survivability is going to be really high with Sanctuary and Blessing proccing at the same time. So yeah, that's really good. And the shield thing I was talking about before, she at no shield, so you can fight people like Katarina and people like Karnak. He's so annoying, so you have to use Doris in the same team to allow you to stop the healing. If you didn't know, she can stop healing when the reflect is higher than 100. It's always higher than 100. If you can't get 100, then you're trolling. But it's always higher than 100. There's a 50% chance for you to stop the healing on the enemy team. And the healing won't go anywhere. The healing will go to Doris. So Doris has her own sustain too. So again, if you put the extra heal rate with this, she's going to be healing way more than normal. She does heal way more than normal anyway, because she heals 5 people's HP. So if five people on the enemy team are getting healed, she'll take all of that healing and heal for herself. So again, the heal rate's not helping that much, but it's still annoying to deal with more healing. So again, you need to run Doris and a new character in the same team. One stop shields, one stop healing. They say they have that perfect synergy, and then they have both Striker to be more annoying. Striker doesn't actually matter for her. She does nothing. So even if you have Striker on her, it doesn't actually do anything. But it does for Doris, and Doris can be more annoying because she's just a backline DPS, and she has huge sustain, and she won't be able to die with all this protection like Sanctuary, or Blessing, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's basically the new character. Is she really good? Yeah, again, if you're running Avengers or Doom. If it's not Avengers and Doom, then probably not. Would I recommend getting a character? Yes, I definitely recommend getting a character, because I don't think Doom's ever going to get a healer, because they just made this character what's basically for them. And should you get the relic? Of course, to get the relic if you have the characters. If you don't have the characters, do not get the relic, because the relic would not actually matter. It'll be useless. The shuriken's actually good. This one here, where is it? This is actually, I'm calling it a shuriken, but it's actually good. This is really good if you're a Doomsdayer. It's actually better than the shield if you don't have to select characters. And if the shield is at level 1, I think it's not that great. Sure, you get a shield, but the shield is not necessary. The shield is only great when you have multiple copies of the relic, so you can actually do a higher shield proportion. If you don't have that, then it's kind of shit. So yeah, this shuriken is actually good if you don't have the relic synergy with the characters. So yeah, that's pretty much Doom for you. So yeah, if you did like the video, please like and subscribe. If you've got anything to say, again, I've got a Discord. I put it on the screen right now. You could join my Discord, or you can just put it in the comments or DM me on the game, whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching.